Hello gamers, I'm Giancarlo.
And I'm Felicia.
This is our review of...
You said it properly before. Guildhall?
What the fuck? Guildhall!
Guildhall.
Guildhall! Like Guildhall! What did you take tonight? I want some! In Guildhall Job Fair, players are trying to recruit sets of professionals for their guild. In the box you'll get 2 decks of cards. One deck contains the professionals and the other deck contains the victory point cards. You'll also get a bunch of victory point tokens. The first player to get 20 victory points wins the game. Here's how to set up. Shuffle the 120 professional cards to form one deck and place in the center of the table. Now shuffle the victory point decks and reveal 5 cards face up to create the center row. Deal out 9 professionals to each player. Each player can discard any number of cards to draw back up to 9 cards. Each player will now take 3 cards from their hand and place them face up to the right in front of them, forming their Guildhall. You can never have duplicate cards in your Guildhall. If you play the same profession, group them together to form what are called chapters. Once each player has done this setup, the game can begin.
A player can do 2 actions per turn. These actions are play a card, discard, or buy victory points. If you play a card, it is played to the left side of your playing area and you can do the action on that card, which corresponds to the number of professionals in that chapter you have. So if you have 4 bricklayers in your Guildhall, you can do the number 4 action or any action below that number. But remember, you can't play duplicates. Each profession has an ability which is described in the rulebook. The icons give you a reminder of what they do and are also described in the back of the rulebook. We'll look at those actions later on. And finally, you can buy 1 VP card. To buy a VP card, you must pay the cost in chapters from your Guildhall. Some stronger VP cards cost 2 complete chapters to buy. The number is the amount of victory points it's worth, and the bottom ability is triggered when it's bought. You can choose not to do the ability when you buy the card. Replace the card you took with a new one from the deck. So those are the 3 actions you can do, but you only get to do 2 actions per turn. At the end of your turn, the cards you played go into your Guildhall. If you have duplicates, they get discarded.
When you complete a chapter by having 5 of the same profession in different colors, turn that chapter face down. This is not considered a completed chapter. It can only be used to buy VP cards from the center row. When a player reaches 20 victory points, he wins the game. Now let me summarize some of the profession's abilities. The bricklayer allows you to draw cards from the deck and then place cards from your hand on top of the deck. The hunter allows you to look through the discard pile and swap cards from there with cards from your Guildhall. The peddler allows you to swap cards from your hand with cards in another player's Guildhall that takes another action. The robber allows you to take cards from another player's hand into your Guildhall. The scholar makes you draw cards from the deck and put them directly into your Guildhall. And finally, the tax collector allows you to gain VP tokens equal to the number of tax collector in your Guildhall, but you must place one of your Guildhall cards into another player's Guildhall. The victory cards do similar actions and some can also add actions to your turn.
It's a really cool game, and because it's only symbols, it can be played in many languages. The artwork is nice and the card stock is really good. It can be pricey for just a deck of cards and tokens though. You can also get the other Guildhall set, which can be used with Job Fair to create new combos and add replay value. There's some good player interaction, and once you know the cards by heart, the game is fast paced and more strategic. We really like this game and are giving it 8 guild members out of 10.